Everyone's out here doing knee strengthening like it's a religion, and half of it is just training you to hurt yourself. You're not getting tougher, you're getting numb. And numb is how you fall. Two suspects today: deep lunges and wall sits. One of them quietly lights your knees on fire, and people call it good soreness. The other builds protection with almost zero drama. This matters when you climb stairs, stand up off the toilet, get out of bed, or crouch in the garden. Pain isn't normal aging. Pain is a warning. Let's talk about what your knee can actually tolerate. Observation first. Lunges look functional. They look like real life. Trainers love them because they build strength and balance. And sure, on paper, it makes sense. One leg at a time. Control. Coordination. But actually, most seniors aren't doing a lunge. They're doing a controlled collapse. Here's what's really happening in a deep lunge. Your knee is bending a lot. Your body weight is traveling forward, and you're balancing on one leg. That's three problems stacked together. Deep bend means more pressure in the front of a knee. Single leg means wobble. And wobble means the pressure doesn't spread out nicely. It concentrates in one angry spot. Now here's the part that kills me. The form drift. Nobody thinks they're drifting. You feel fine for 5 reps, so you keep going. Then the knee caves inward a little. The heel pops up. The torso tips forward. And suddenly your knee isn't tracking clean over your toes anymore. It's twisting while it's compressed. That's the recipe. Clinically, in simple words, cartilage doesn't like grinding under bad angles. Tendons don't like being yanked when the joint is unstable. When you go deeper into knee flexion, the compressive forces at the kneecap area go up. That's why so many people feel pain right at the front of the knee after lunges, especially walking downstairs the next day. It's not your knee getting stronger. It's your knee getting irritated. And look, I'm not saying bending your knee is evil. Knees are built to bend. But deep plus unstable plus weak is where seniors get cooked. Because the gym fantasy assumes you have strong hips, strong quads, mobile ankles, and good balance. Senior reality is different. A lot of you have glutes that don't fire on time, quads that fatigue fast, and ankles that are stiff from years of sitting and walking on flat ground. So the knee tries to do the job of the ankle and the hip, and the knee pays the price. Let's make it real. You're in the garden. You drop into a lunge to reach a weed. Then you twist to grab the bag or the hose. That twist is tiny, but your knee is loaded and bent. That's shear. You stand up and think, it's fine. Then 2 hours later, your knee feels hot. Next morning, it's stiff. Or you crouch to pick something up. You push off one leg because it feels quicker. That's basically a lunge. If your knee collapses inward for a split second, you get that sharp front knee pain. And now you're scared to crouch again. That fear is how independence gets stolen. Or you step back off a curb. Same pattern. Hip doesn't control the leg. Knee drifts inward, foot wobbles. You don't need a huge accident. A small bad rep is enough. Now the counter-argument. But athletes lunge. Yes, and athletes have earned that movement. They have hip strength, knee tolerance, and control. They also have coaches watching every rep. You don't get athlete rules without athlete preparation. But my knee goes past my toes. Listen, that's not automatically a crime. Sometimes the knee goes forward in real life. The issue is not toes. The issue is depth plus instability plus irritation. If your knee goes forward in a shallow, controlled split squat while you're holding onto a counter and you feel zero pain later, that can be fine. But deep lunges, unsupported with wobble, that's gambling. Here are the stoplight rules. Red light, sharp pain, swelling later, buckling, catching or locking, or pain that lingers into the next day. Yellow light, wobble, knee caving in, heel lifting, or you can't control the descent. Green light, a shallow split squat with support, smooth tracking, and zero pain during and after. Guess what? Most people skip straight to deep, and they call it brave. It's not brave. It's sloppy. Your knee wants stability first. And in the next section, I'll show you the strength option that builds protection without grinding your joint into dust. Here's what I trust for seniors: strength that doesn't require gambling. Your knee wants stability before it wants hero moves. That's why wall sits work so well. It's not flashy. It's not a burn video for Instagram. It's a safe base layer. In research terms, wall sits are isometrics. The muscle contracts hard, but the joint doesn't move much. That matters because a lot of knee irritation comes from shear and sloppy tracking, not just weakness. When you hold still, you can hammer the quadriceps, your main knee protector, without repeatedly grinding the kneecap area through deep angles. And over time, controlled isometric work can calm pain sensitivity for some people when it's dosed correctly. Not magic. Training. Now let's set it up so a kid could do it, but strong enough to change your life. Back flat on the wall. Head and shoulders relaxed. Step your feet out about one normal step from the wall. Toes slightly out. Then slide down a little. And I mean a little. Start around a 45-degree knee bend. Not thighs parallel. That's ego. Your job is control. Now check your knees. They should point the same direction as your toes. No caving in. No twisting. Then brace your belly like someone's about to poke you. Breathe slow. And press your feet into the floor like you're trying to leave footprints in concrete. You should feel thighs working. You might feel warmth around the knee. That's fine. You shouldn't feel sharp pain in the front of the knee or a stabbing feeling inside the joint. If you do, slide up a bit. Find the angle your knee can tolerate and own it. Dose this like medicine. Week 1, 3 rounds of 20 to 30 seconds, 4 to 5 days a week. Rest 30 to 60 seconds between rounds. Week 2 and 3. Add 5 to 10 seconds per hold, but stop before your form turns into a shake-and-pray situation. Later, if your knee stays quiet, no swelling later, no next day flare, you can go a little deeper. Or hold a light weight in your hands. But you earn that. You don't force it. How do you know it's working? Simple life tests. Getting up from a chair feels smoother. Stairs feel less scary. Getting out of bed doesn't feel like your knee needs warming up for 5 minutes. Gardening doesn't punish you the next morning. The knee feels stable and warm, not swollen and angry. Common mistakes: feet too close to the wall, going too deep too soon, holding your breath, and letting the knees collapse inward. Fix those and wall sits become boring in the best way. Boring means safe. If you want an add-on, keep it minimal. Do chair-assisted sit-to-stands for the pattern. And work ankle mobility so your knee stops compensating for a stiff foot. Deep lunges demand perfect control on a shaky base, and most seniors don't need that risk. Wall sits build protection first. Comment lunges if they've ever lit up your knees, or wall if you're switching today, and tell me your hardest daily task: stairs, chairs, bed, or gardening. Subscribe for simple, research-backed training that keeps you independent. Get after it.